Alright, if y'all did not know already, your boy is trying to get to 30k subs before the end of this month. And if it doesn't happen, it's okay. Like, I mean, it's okay to fail. So, I mean, like, it really wouldn't matter. But at the same time, if we did, it really would mean a lot. I'm not gonna cap, but I'll just leave it in y'all hands. Also, sub to my second channel. I know I've been telling y'all to sub to it a lot, but don't worry, I'm gonna get active on it eventually and start cooking on that channel as well. Just give me some time. And y'all already know the rest. Join my Discord and follow my Instagram, and yeah, let's start this video. So we start off with Sanji looking up while Chip the Wolf is over here laid out on the floor after getting filleted the last video. And then we see both Zoro and Kaku going for an attack. And when they did, they ended up clashing, causing the top half of the Tower of Law to fall down even more. And not only that, they caused fallen rubble to fall down on Sanji, but luckily Sanji was moving out the way. And Sanji was like, what is this man Zoro doing? He about to cause the whole tower to fall down. And when Sanji said that, it kind of got me thinking. Sanji kind of admit that Zoro is strong, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not gonna dig in too much on it, so let's just move on. Sanji ended up running towards the wall that Chimney put those arrows at. And it was letting him know that that's the way to the gate of justice. And Sanji was like, he have no time to waste, so he better hurry. But I'm gonna let y'all know right now, Sanji ain't going nowhere because he know after Zoro done with his fight, he's gonna get lost. So yeah. Next we cut to Spanum, and they finally made it to the gate of justice. And as y'all can see, the gate is nearly open now. So with that being said, Spanum being a bitch that he is, he forced Robin to look at the gate of justice, and poor Robin was getting PTSD. That gate looked like hell to her than anything else. So Robin was like, bro, forget about all of that, I ain't going. And she headbutts this man in the chin, causing this man to get knocked down. Dude's so trash, bro. But anyways, Robin, she gets up and she started running away, and I was like, go Robin, go. But then she ends up tripping and falling, and I was like, bro, come on, you cannot be this serious right now. Like, if that was me, I would have easily got away, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Cause look, she was still on the floor laying down, and this man just now getting up walking to her. So yeah, I would have been gone. But yeah, after he gets close to her, he started just stepping on her face like he always doing. Just pick her up and just take her towards the gate of justice. Like, you already wasting time doing all of that. Not saying that I wanted him to take her, but like, use your brain at least. That's all I'm saying. It's already bad enough nobody likes you at all, bro. But anyways, we cut to Frankie, and he finally makes his way over there where Luffy is at. And this man was over here just looking so confused because he was like, what's going on? And next thing you know, our goat gets sent flying to a wall, bruh. But immediately he gets up and he started yelling. And then Frankie tells Luffy to calm down. And then Luffy see him and he tells him he got enough people to deal with, now get lost. And I'm like, calm down, Luffy, he just trying to help you out. Frankie was like, bro, you still trying to play tough after all we been through? We're bros now, just deal with it. And I'm like, you know what, Frankie, you're actually spinning right now, because y'all ain't gonna sit here and tell me Frankie ain't real for that. Frankie was gonna even give him a hand, but Luffy was like, nah bro, I got to just keep going to that door and don't look back. And also he was like, they running out of time, which they are, so yeah, that's that. And judging by the smile on Frankie's face, you already know he was down. But anyways, after that we cut to Zoro and Kaku, and immediately Zoro hops up in the air and he tries attacking Kaku, but Kaku end up stopping the attack, leading it to get canceled out. And then after that, Zoro, he puts on his bandana, and y'all already know when Zoro puts on that bandana, it's raps. Mans get like an instant power boost, it be crazy. But anyway, Zoro, he gets in this stance, and that boy is looking cold, I'm not gonna lie. You know it's crazy because I just said this. Kaku told this man Zoro, what, you supposed to get stronger once you wear that bandana? And my goat tells him, let's find out. So Zoro just takes one step and this man already by Kaku. Had bro looking a little bit scared over there. But anyway, Zoro, he goes for his tower climb, but Kaku, he weaves it. And while Zoro was still in the air, he uses his tower climb return, and Kaku dodges that as well. And this man Kaku was giving Zoro mean mugs and all of that, but Zoro do not care about none of that. Cause guess what, y'all? He goes for another one. But Kaku, he ends up blocking it, and then Zoro goes for another attack while he's still in mid-air. Like, this man Zoro is relentless, but Kaku still end up dodging that one as well. For a long neck, this man can really dodge, I'm not gonna lie. But it's all good, nobody said this fight would be easy, right? But anyways, after that last attack from Zoro, Kaku ended up whacking him with his long neck, and he sent my goat flying. But it's all good though, brush that shit off, let him know you could take many more of those. Pause. After that, Kaku used his iron body and he turned his whole body into a And then after that, this man started wiggling his little feet and hands back and forth. And Zoro thought he was playing around the whole time. But Kaku tells him to look up. And as you can see, his attack already started. And as you can see, that took Zoro by surprise. But yeah, the attack started raining down on Zoro hella fast. And all Zoro could really do at this moment is just block. Because it was just way too many for him to handle. And on top of him blocking it, he was getting sliced up too. So it wasn't really looking too good for Zoro. Meanwhile, this man Kaku, he can just chill because he got iron body. But after Kaku attack was done wearing off, just from that one attack, we can see that Zoro took a lot of damage. But it's cool though, he's my GOAT, he's gonna always prevail. With that being said, Kaku wasn't giving Zoro no time to think and he used his nose pistol sending Zoro flying. But it's all good though, because as injured as he is, he still gets back up. And then after that, both Kaku and Zoro was having a little yap off. But it was mainly Kaku though, I ain't gonna lie to you. Bro kept bragging about him being a giraffe, like bro, who cares? And then he tells Zoro that Zoro is trying to get under his skin. But Zoro is like, I ain't trying to get under your skin. He's gonna cut straight through it. And if he use his iron body, he's gonna cut straight through that too. My GOAT ain't playing around no more. And you know what? Since Zoro calling him Giraffe Boy, that's exactly what I'm gonna call him now. But anyway, Zoro used his one sword style, sword draw. By the way, this is probably my favorite move by my GOAT. And just by Zoro saying that, you can just see all of the wind just blowing from this man Zoro. This man Zoro aura is too strong, bro. I'm telling y'all. And then he hit that. But just as Zoro was using that move, Giraffe Boy canceled it out by using his Tempest Kick Dragon Cut. And Giraffe Boy tells Zoro if he can't cut him, it doesn't even matter if he used Iron Body or not, which is true.
Yeah, that's true.
So Zoro was like, he's right, so he gonna have to take a different approach. And Zoro takes a deep breath and this man just get cocky on both arms. And Giraffe Boy used his nose pistol, thinking he can handle the power of my GOAT. Zoro jumped towards him and used his 2 gorilla slash. Both him and Giraffe Boy attack clashes. And as they was clashing, Giraffe Boy, he started to realize that Zoro's strength was too strong for him to handle. And Zoro ended up knocking him back, sending him flying. And then that's what my GOAT tells him, that Giraffe Boy couldn't even imagine that Zoro might actually be stronger than him. And then he tells him it's time for him to wake up. Y'all, that's my GOAT, tell him. After that, we cut to Luffy running towards Robert. And y'all already know what this man Luffy loved doing. He throws his gum Gatling, and Robert just dodged all 3 of his punches in slow-mo. Next, both Robert and Luffy catches each other attack. Next, after that, Luffy goes for a punch and Robert, he weaves it. And he goes behind Luffy back and tries kicking Luffy, but Luffy blocks it in mid-air. But while he was doing that, he goes for a follow-up and he kicks Luffy again in the stomach, sending this man flying over there to Frankie. And then Frankie asks is Luffy okay, and then he just started running towards the door. But Robert, he sees him and you know he's gonna hate. So this man immediately started spamming Tempest kicks at him. And the first one made Frankie stop. And the second one, he didn't really have to do too much because it just flew right past him. And then the last one actually hit him, is what I thought. And Robert thought he did something too. Go ahead and smile for me real quick. Got your dumbass. My boy Frankie is still good because he uses Captain American shield. Then he started running towards Robert and he pulls out his arm blicky and shoot his cannon at him. But sadly, Robert, he dodges it. And Frankie was trying to stop himself, but he wasn't able to. And this man Robert pulls up on him in his face, getting ready to rock this man Frankie shit. But luckily our GOAT came in the clutch and stops him. Frankie was like, what happened? Because this man Luffy just came out of nowhere, pause. But then immediately after Luffy used his gum bazooka and Robert, he catches it. But it's all good because really at this point all Luffy is trying to do is hold him back so Frankie could go into the door. So with that being said, Frankie, he was still trying to help this man Luffy out. But Luffy was like, bro, just go, stick to the plan, I'll handle him, I got him. And he was telling Frankie he gotta get out of here and go find Robin fast. He's counting on him. And that if he can't help her, she's gone for good. But Robert was like, hell nah. And he knees Luffy in the chin and started focusing on Frankie. Frankie. But Luffy was like, he ain't going nowhere, and he wraps his whole body around him. And he tells Frankie to go. And Frankie finally listened and he started running. But Robert, he still gonna hate. And this man does Luffy so dirty, I ain't gonna lie. This man hops up in the air and use his moonwalk so that way it can smash this man Luffy back. Bro really wanna stop Frankie that bad. And y'all wanna know what the crazy thing is? Bro knows he wanna fight Luffy, but he doing all of this. Like, bro, just let Frankie go. But at the same time, I get it, it's a part of his job, so yeah, whatever. But anyways, after he did that to Luffy, he moves towards this man Frankie and he tries to hit him with a finger pistol, but Luffy stops him and tells him, get back here. If you want to fight, fight me. That dog in him is starting to get riled up, I ain't gonna lie. But anyways, after that, we cut back to Giraffe Boy and Zoro, and Giraffe Boy started scooting his head in like he's a turtle or something. And then after that, he shoots his long neck over there towards Zoro, but Zoro ends up dodging it, and he was about to get ready to slice this man's neck, but Giraffe Boy Aki body self done spent the other half of his body over there towards Zoro. But it's all good though, because Zoro ended up blocking his attack. And then after that, this man tries to use the same move again, and he ended up making his limbs scratch instead of his neck. And after that, this man tried to play it off and act like he meant to do that, bro. And this man Zoro was just fed up with him at this point. And to top it off, this man was acting like he was about to do a whole new technique, but he still ended up doing the same thing over, bro. Zoro was like, bro, I'm getting tired of this, and use his three sword style Tatsumaki. In the mix of him doing that, Giraffe Boy used his iron body, and that wasn't even enough. He knew he was about to get cooked if he didn't move out the way. So yeah, that's exactly what he did. And when he did that, Zoro attack ended up making a hole inside the ceiling. After that, Giraffe Boy left mid-fight just to go get his two swords. That's cool and all, but I don't remember his swords being this long. Definitely pause on that. They think they slick. Just because he turned into a giraffe doesn't mean that his sword is supposed to grow as well. But anyways, Giraffe Boy immediately attacked Zoro, but my goat just easily blocked it. And then after that, Giraffe Boy, he just go for a barrage of attacks. But I want y'all to keep in mind that Giraffe Boy is using 4 sword style. That's why he went to go get those other 2 swords, because he is not just hitting Zoro with those 2 swords, he's actually using his Tempest Kicks as a sword too as well. He just doing it so fast that you can't really tell. But as he was doing that, Zoro was telling him he don't care about none of that, and he deflected all 4 blades at the same time, leaving Giraffe Boy shook. Meanwhile, my goat just looking so tough. Anyways, after that, Giraffe Boy tells Zoro that he's all talk, and my boy Zoro did not say nothing. He just let his actions speak louder than words, and my boy Zoro just started spinning at this man, and Giraffe Boy thought he done dodged his attack, but he ended up getting sliced. He had that man in shambles. He did not know what hit him. But anyways, after that, Giraffe Boy finally realized that Zoro ain't no fucking fraud. Like, bro should have been knew that by now. Talking about some, my bad, I'm not gonna underestimate you no more. Like, bro, get out of here. But with that being said, Giraffe Boy, he throws his Tempest Kick shuriken. This man be making his Tempest Kicks out of anything, I'm not gonna lie. If there's one thing I could give to this man, he made use of that devil fruit, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, he does that, and Zoro, he just was blocking all of his attacks until he get caught lacking and get hit in the stomach. And then immediately after, while Zoro was in mid-air, this man smashed Zoro down with his neck. And then after that, he does it again, and then he tries to go for the 3rd time, but Zoro was like, oh nah, bro is tweaking, and he moves out the way. And although he weaved that attack, Giraffe Boy was still ready for some more, and he started giving Zoro a massage with his nose. Mans was poking the hell out of him with his nose. Bro, guess what, y'all? He still wasn't done yet. He wasn't even letting my boy Zoro catch a breath. He just immediately goes for the next attack, but Zoro just barely blocks it. And then after that, he started doing that same thing that he was doing earlier, attacking Zoro with his swords while using his Tempest Kick at the same time. And at this moment, all my boy Zoro can really do is just block. And in the mix of him doing all of this, he was talking crap to Zoro at the same time, and he gets 2 clean slices on my boy. And then after that, he still kept going. But Giraffe Boy, he done messed up, because when he was talking too much crap, he ended up saying the wrong thing about Robin. But not only that, Zoro was like, wait, isn't giraffes from Africa? And then after that, you could start to see this man demonic aura. Zoro was on demon time after he heard that. He had Giraffe Boy completely frozen. He stopped this man from attacking him. Had this man at sword point instead of gun point. Mans was legit sweating bullets after he got a glance of Zoro Asura form. I'm not gonna lie, I would be too. I would have thought this man Zoro was hunted or something. But anyways, after that, Giraffe Boy started to go for his final attack. And it's the same move that he used to slice the whole Tower of Law in half. But as he was doing that, Zoro was locking in. And this man done created his own aura. And it's crazy because his transformation called Demon Aura 9 Sword Style Asura. And boy, when I saw this, boy, I was hyped. I was hyped because I never seen some shit like this from Zoro. Yeah, I get that he's tough and he's cold, but this right here was unexpected. But anyway, Giraffe Boy throws his final attack, and this man Zoro just like completely turned his attack into like mist. He really shattered it into little pieces, bro. Look at this. And then after that, he finished Giraffe Boy off, and y'all already know he was looking all tough. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna give props to Giraffe Boy because I'm not gonna just sit here and act like he ain't had my boy Zoro struggling. He was putting in work too. Like the fact that he was making different types of move every time he go was actually insane. I'm not gonna lie. And on top of that, you can tell he respect the fade because he was actually trying to give Zoro the key after the fight was over. But anyways, after all of that, Sanji ended up pulling up, and both Zoro and Sanji started to chat it up, but they wasn't really talking about nothing too crazy. And Zoro ended up throwing Sanji the key, and he was like, they running out of time, they gotta hurry. And then after that, we cut to the Frankie family in the shipwrights, and they had the Giants taking them to the front gate. Then next after that, we cut to Kokoda with Chopper on her back, while Chimney is pushing her so they could get to where they're trying to go faster. And then next we cut back to where Robin is at, and the bridge of hesitation finally has been lifted up. And of course, you already know Spunham, he gonna start celebrating and talking all his crap towards Robin and all that. Robin was staring at that gate and she was not messing with it. So she tried to take off running, but Spunham grabbed her hair. And then he goes behind her like this. Hold up. What is this freaky ass nigga trying to do? And then he get closer with it with the whisper in the ear. Oh nah. This whole scene just looked it wrong. But besides all of that, Robin, she ended up still running away from him. And she was like she don't want to die. But that's when this man Spunham still pulled up on her. And he smashed her head down to the ground. I'm not gonna lie, bro, that's kind of messed up. It was sad seeing Robin go through all of this, but even after all of that, she still wasn't giving up. She was literally holding on by just biting the bridge with her teeth, but this man Spunham just kept on pulling. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, y'all, it looked like he was doing something else, but we just gonna move on. I don't even want to think about that. But yeah, Robin, she was begging for her life and she was telling Luffy to save her. And that's when we cut back to Luffy, and Robert throws a kick at Luffy, but Luffy blocks it. And then immediately after, Luffy tries to throw a punch at Robert, but he just weaves it, trying to look all clean and shit. And then next after that, Robert used his finger pistol, but Luffy just tanks that, and he was like, that don't work. So Robert was like, alright, bet. And this man just started throwing multiple at him until eventually it sent Luffy flying. Next after that, Frankie, he was worried about Luffy, but he was like, nah, I gotta go to the door. And then he started running towards the door. And of course, you already know Robert is gonna see him. For some reason, it looked like this man was warping to the door, but Frankie did not care about none of that, and he goes in for the punch. But this man Robert just completely tanked it with his iron body. With his hands behind his back, he already knew Robert had to let Frankie know that he wasn't facing no Fukudo. And he punches Frankie in the sternum so fast we couldn't even see his fist. And at this moment, it wasn't looking good for Frankie because Robert was about to finish him off. Until my boy Luffy goes into his second gear and he used his jet pistol and punches the hell out of Robert in his chin, sending him flying. This man Frankie couldn't believe his eyes. Man started to ask Luffy what's going on with him, and all Luffy's response was second gear. But anyways, after that, Robert, he gets up holding his face feeling salty as hell, and then he finally transformed, telling Frankie he ain't going nowhere, and tries attacking him. But my boy Luffy done pulled up in front of him and hit him with the jet whip, sending him flying again. And then after that, Robert, he gets back up and he tells Luffy, does he remember that that's the form that he was in when he one-shotted Luffy? And Luffy was like, yeah, I remember, but I was really hungry that day. And I was like, ooh, what, talk your shit, Luffy? After that, bro get pissed and he tries to use his finger pistol, but my boy Luffy hops out the way, and then he hits him with that jet bazooka, sending him flying for the third time. And then after that, Frankie, he started running towards the door, and Luffy was like, bro, Frankie, save her. And you already know my boy Frankie was like, just leave it to him. After that, both Luffy and Robert have a little stare off, then the episode ends there. these episodes just keep getting crazier and crazier. And hey, I'm down for it. But yeah, like I always say, hopefully y'all boys enjoy another one of my videos. And honestly, I really appreciate y'all support, bro. That's why I comment under every comment I see. And if I don't leave a comment under your comment, you're gonna at least have a like. That's how much I rock with y'all, for real. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I really don't have too much to say, but just subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one.